So here we're trying to change our tire. Say we have a flat tire and we need to get these bolts off. So we have our tire iron and we're trying to twist this tire iron around the bolt to get the bolt to come off. A torque is a twist around a fixed point. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to torque this bolt so that we can take it off. So the first question asks, what is the torque on the tire iron if the force is applied at a distance of 0.1 meters? So right here at 0.1 meters, if we applied this force, 18 newtons, how much torque do we get? So we know the equation for torque is force times distance. We know our force is 18 newtons and our distance is 0.1 meters. When we multiply that out, we get 1.8 Newton meters. Alright, the units for torque are Newton meters. Notice that torque is equal to force in newtons times distance in meters. So the units for force or torque are Newton meters. Alright, so that's our torque. The second question asks, if you wanted to create the same amount of torque from a distance of 0.3 meters, so from this new distance here, how much force would you have to apply? So we have the same equation, torque equals force times distance, and we want the same torque. So to create the same amount of torque from this distance, how much force do we have to apply? So our torque is going to be equal to 1.8 Newton meters, and we're trying to find this force here, and the new distance is 0.3 meters away. So to get force by itself, we have to divide both sides by 0.3, and this cancels out. So our force is equal to 1.8 over 0.3. So if we put that into our calculator, 1.8 divided by 0.3, we get 6 newtons. Alright, so if you look here, from 0.1 meters away, from this distance, we had to apply 18 newtons to get 1.8 Newton meters. Now to get the same torque, 1.8 Newton meters, from 0.3 meters away, we only had to apply 6 newtons. Alright, so what does this tell us? This tells us that the greater distance, I guess the greater the distance, the less force we have to apply to get the same torque. Right? So whenever you're going to change a tire, it's important to, create as much distance from the bolt, from where your torque is being applied to, to the end of your iron. So try to get to the end of your iron and then create a force, because you won't have to apply as much of a force to get the same torque. Alright, so what if we applied the force along the length of the tire iron? So like if we just tapped like the end of the tire iron, how much torque would we get out of that versus applying the force here or here, right? If we hit the end of the tire iron, how much is this going to twist? The answer is none. Okay, so you can't create torque by hitting on the end of whatever it is you're trying to apply your force to.